and this is Fontina. Okay. Not really what it's for, but that's fine. Fontina is a macaroni penguin, and I know that she's a macaroni penguin because her yellow feathers slick straight back on top of her head. We also have two other species that have the yellow feathers on their heads. Those are rockhoppers. The northern rockhopper has the longer ones that come off to the shoulders. The southerns look more like overgrown eyebrows that stick out straight, where the macaronis, theirs go straight back. She also has a bigger, bulkier beak than the rockhoppers. And then she also has that orange bead, and that's really going to tell me what species she is if I can't tell just by looking at the actual features that she has. And the rest of those colored beads here on her flippers are her ID. So her number is 0179, and the colored beads represent that. And if I looked it up on our database, it would tell me that she is about to be 7, and she's a female. She can't tell just by looking at them. And it will tell me any of her medical history, her genetic history, when and where she hatched. And without those ID bands, I wouldn't be able to tell her apart from any of the other macaroni penguins. They all look the same. They all have the yellow slick back feathers and the big bulky beak. And we can't tell the difference between male and female. We have a drop of their blood sent to the lab to tell us. So we can't even tell that. Hi.
What did you say her cheese name is?
Her cheese name is Fontina. So we call her Tina most of the time. But all of our macaroni penguins are named with cheese names. So we have Pepper Jack, Colby, Mozzarella. So our rock hoppers have rock star names like Bowie and Ozzy Osbourne and JuJu. Oh, she sees the fly. She gets very excited when she sees flies. Come here. So sometimes in the summertime in here, she likes to she finds a fly, she'll track it around like crazy. Come here, honey. They all have different personalities. So for Fontina here, she's very people-oriented. She had no problem running right to you guys and stuff. Versus some of the birds in there that are not even really okay with us being really close to them. So coming into this room and being around people is not their favorite thing to do. So we definitely only use the birds that are eager to hang out with people and do well. We have some that like to sing when they see people, some that get very comfortable and snuggle on the towel. She's just always very hyper and eager to see things. So always investigating things. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah? She's 6 years old. That's right. She turns 7 next. Oh, really? Yeah, she turns 7 next month, actually. Or this month. Oh, it's this month, November. Oh. What's your question? What's the question? That she swims?
Next question.
Yeah, she does like to swim in the water. She's actually a little bit wet right now. You can kind of see she's shiny in some spots. Her feathers are very special. They are tightly packed together and taken care of. She preenes them and cleans them all the time to make sure that her skin is protected from the cold. So the exhibit in there is 40 degrees, so it's really cold, versus here this is like room temperature, maybe even a little warmer. She gets comfortable. So for her to stay warm in the cold, those feathers are creating a seal. It's like a jacket. So she's nice and warm. Yeah. If I look on our computer, so the number, we just look it up on our computer with the number. But she actually was born in the U.S. Her species is from subantarctic islands, so not quite Antarctica, a little bit further north, still really cold, but not in the all snow and ice kind of areas. And she was actually hatched in America and has lived here all her life. Not in Moody Gardens, actually. She lived in at SeaWorld San Antonio for most of her life. Yeah. Go ahead. What food do they eat? What do you think?
Fish.
Fish, yeah, that's a good one. We feed them Caitlin, which is kind of like their fruits and veggies. And then we feed them herring, which is kind of like a cheeseburger. She really likes her herring. And we feed them silver sides, which are small and fatty, and they're a special treat for them. So we throw them into the water, and it gets everybody exercising and swimming and getting active. So I call those the penguin M&Ms because they're real small, but they're really tasty. And then sometimes they'll eat squid as well.
Is she interested in eating that fly or what?
I think if it got in her mouth, I think she would actually be like, oh, what is that? Because they don't catch food in the air or on land. So I think it's more just like that bird instinct to track things. So I'm not even sure if she would capture it and like try to swallow it. I don't think so. She's never been successful. It's a good thing she can't fly, I think.
We have another question over here.
Yes.
How much babies do they have?
It depends on the individual. Some of ours have had several babies. We have about 1 or 2 a year for our whole collection. And Fontina here has never had a baby. She is old enough, but she has not found a mate yet. We have some boys in there that don't have mates, so she has the potential of finding a mate in there. But I tend to think she's a little bit attached to the humans in her life more than the potential mates in there. Yeah.
Those males bigger than the females?
Nope, there is no difference. So we are definitely having to rely on that blood test to tell us if they're male or female. Yeah.
Well, do you know those things? They look like shark things.
Her flippers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so these are just like their wings, but instead of being where they can fly in the air, they kind of fly underwater. So they are very solid, and they kind of do look like fins of a shark. Or yeah, I mean that's definitely a water adaptation for her. Are you ready to go? Who is the birthday kid?
Jonathan.
All right, so I'm gonna have you walk over here and stand right here on this drain, and then I'm gonna turn Fontina around so she's in front, and then you're gonna look up and say cheese to all the different cameras. There's a camera over here. They're all
Can I
over the
take a
place.
picture with Jonathan?
Smile.
Can I take a picture with Jonathan? Can I take a picture with him?
Yeah, he's taking a picture. Oh well, no, you can't take a picture with the bird. He gets to take a picture.
Well, can you
Because
step
it's his
back so they can
birthday.
take a picture? Can you step back, sweetheart?
All right. Jonathan, smile for all the cameras. Say cheese.
Good job.
All right.
Yeah, definitely you take a picture with cheese.
I know that.
Macaroni.
In the wild, their lifespan is somewhere in the 20s, depending on the species. But in facilities like this, where they have constant food supply and they don't have to worry about predators, we have some that are in their mid-30s that are doing well. There are some facilities that have some in their 50s. So it pretty much doubles their lifespan, you know, keeping them away from things that want to eat them.
How do they sleep?
They close their eyes. Some of them like to lay down. Some of them stand and tuck their head under their flipper or lean against something. They can technically sleep in the water. They have a layer of blubber that keeps them buoyant on the surface, because when they're traveling from different islands, it could be weeks at a time out at sea. So to sleep, they just float. They don't have to work at all. Yeah. All right, you getting comfy? It's lunchtime in there. You ready to go? All right, so I'm gonna have you walk around that way and go back that way.
Oh, we had another question.
What is a predator? What are their predators?
In the wild, in the water would be seals, like leopard seals, orca whales, sharks. On the land, when they're young, it would be large seabirds that eat eggs or small animals. But when they're young, they grow really fast. So at 3 months old, they're the same size as the adults. So they might hatch out and be like this big, but within 3 months, they're this big. So, or for the king penguins, they're about this big when they hatch out, and then they get to this big within 3 months. Yeah. We let the mother take care of them as long as she's supposed to, and then once she stops feeding them, we start feeding them so that they learn that we are the ones providing food after that. But yeah, the mothers and fathers take care of the babies as much as they would in the wild. we let them do all the work because they kind of know what they're doing. So we try to stay hands off when it comes to the little babies because the parents really know what they're doing. All right, Fontina. No, you can. Fontina, let's go. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Happy birthday.
Latina.
You're like, look at this. Come on. Let's go. You're excited? Come on. I know. She never wants to leave. She's like, but I want to stay.
To result in an unhappy event.
Bye-bye, happy feet. Bye-bye. That's the one that sing, right? The singer.
You have to wait for
I was watching the Discovery Channel a while back. I know the sea lion.